Man, I hate that guy. Okay, how many times did I tap his leg with Mazzagatti? Okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. Justice will be served.
But Brock's reaction is very tamed compared to Dana's.
That guy is dangerous. I mean, he literally did nothing. Fitch is out cold. He goes limp. He rolls him over, lets his head flop to the thing, and then stands up over him. And then you see Mazzagatti going, is he sleeping? I guess this fight's over. If you ever watch Mazzagatti ref a fight, he stands there like this. He's doing his grocery list, pick up some bread, milk, or sometimes he'll go like this and start looking like this when they're not even doing anything. When they're doing he's not in there when he's supposed to be in there. Everybody thinks, oh, he just hates this guy. I don't even know the guy. He might be the nicest guy in the world. He might on weekends might save small orphans from disasters for all I know. I don't know what the guy does. I don't know him at all. I know he should not be in a cage reffing a fight. If I was a fighter and I showed up that night and it said Steve, I'd be like, oh, hell no. One of two things are going to happen tonight. I'm either going to get hurt or this guy's going to do something stupid and screw up my fight.
Dana's struggles with this referee was happening at the same moment the UFC was in crisis.
Ever hear of John Skipper?
No.
John Skipper ran ESPN. Hates UFC.
Hates it.
Hates it.
Let's talk about Fox Sports. Okay, so these guys have just launched.
We're happy. We like competition. It's fun.
They release an Outside the Lines piece, which targets UFC's practices, but more specifically, fighter pay.
ESPN doesn't care about the sport. ESPN hates this sport. They won't even cover it. They're dirty. They're dirty. They lie. And they never really give you all the facts.
The piece is followed by an antitrust lawsuit against the UFC.
The multi-billion-dollar antitrust lawsuit it's currently facing from former UFC fighters.
We filed this case in December of 2014 on behalf of a group of mixed martial arts fighters who fought for the UFC.
The government came after us and called us a monopoly.
I do believe they have a monopoly. I don't know how anyone could think they don't.
The lawsuit claims the UFC, quote, engaged in an illegal scheme to eliminate competition.
I mean, anyone that starts to even be up and coming at all, they buy them out or they drive them out.
That allows it to pay fighters, quote, a fraction of what they would earn in a competitive marketplace.
We're spending, $7-8 million a year trying to defend ourselves from the government as a monopoly.
It works. The government drops the case. The UFC keeps on expanding.
There was a time when Marshall Zalaznick was one of the most powerful people in the UFC.
What is your job? To find opportunities in the international market outside of the US and Canada.
Fighters are key when it comes to expansion in international markets. They open up the door to the countries. George St. Pierre opens up Canada. Michael Bisping opens up the UK.
We've added about 20 states in the last 3 years.
We're everywhere but New York and getting close.
And they've cleaned up their act enormously.
We've done fights in Australia, all throughout Europe.
In Scandinavia, Italy.
We're doing Poland this year.
To do the first event in the Middle East is very, very thrilling.
2 years ago, we did 1 fight in Brazil. Last year, we did 3. We'll do 7 this year and 9 next year.
We're very bullish on what India can be.
We just put on an event over in Macau. It was the most successful event in the history of Macau. We break the arena records with ticket sales. It's usually us and the Rolling Stones. Abu Dhabi now is a partner. These guys are 10% partners too.
Ireland. Those fans feel like you're neglecting them. What's going on there?
What's up, man? UFC, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Conor McGregor opens up Europe. He's followed by Ronda Rousey, who starts a female division.
Weili Zhang, our Chinese world champion, when she became a champion, she ignited China.
And finally, after 8 years of negotiations, Mark Ratner gets MMA legalized in the state of New York.
And when I heard the final vote tally, that was the emotional moment for me.
Congratulations on passing the bill. It was a long time coming. I think this really completes the journey for MMA.
An 8-year gestation period? Is that what that was?
That was exactly right. And so this is the baby, and now we'll have the big coming out party November 12th.
The big moment for me was at the Garden when Conor is fighting Eddie, and the excitement, the crowd, the energy. That was the special night.
The Fertittas were ready to get out, and they sat me down and said, we're going to sell this thing. And I didn't believe it was going to happen at all. These are my best friends. We'd done it together. And I went up into a hotel room and didn't come out for a few days.
Wow.
Didn't sleep, didn't eat, and Lorenzo had to come get me out of there. Lorenzo looked at me and he says, dude, I'm done. Be happy for me. And then I got it.
And sold it for?
$4.025 billion.
The transaction was the largest in sports history.
This is the man who buys the UFC, Ari Emanuel.
The king of Hollywood. Doing deals like this is what he does.
Here's the catch. To be able to buy the UFC, Ari Emanuel borrows $1.8 billion. When his company merges with UFC Holdings, UFC takes on $2.3 billion of debt. The interest amounts to $98 million per year.
Our Fox deal is up, and we're probably not going to end up doing another deal with Fox. John Skipper's never, ever going to take the UFC. So we're in a real tough place.
Here's a shocker. New details revealed about the resignation of the former president of ESPN.
John Skipper's cocaine dealer is going to rat him out.
What?
What?
He says he resigned because his drug dealer tried to extort him.
So he has to step down from ESPN right at the time that we're trying to make a TV deal.
So UFC is going to be on ESPN now.
Yeah.
No more Fox. No more Fox. That's done.
The UFC on ESPN.
We just did a deal with ESPN for $1.5 billion. And now the company's worth $7 billion.